Welcome back to the Everyman Guys, episode 12. I am Jim.
I am Will.
And we're back.
The Everyman Guys.
This episode is going to be our Thursday episode.
Yeah.
We are filming on a Tuesday.
It's going to be
Thursday.
interesting. It's going to be a lot.
It's going to be a lot.
Why is it going to be a lot?
Well, we're doing new projects now.
Yes.
We're starting a new project. Well, in the middle of a project while looking to start another new project.
And finishing an old project.
Well, that was, yeah, exactly. That's the deal. That's
And
what we're
then-
doing. And it's going to be a lot, but we are dedicated. I'm going to shift a little bit.
You're allowed to shift.
We are dedicated to getting you your 2 episodes a week.
Yes, sir.
All of you who
And
are
ma'am.
listening. And ma'ams.
And
What's up,
one
bud?
one other thing is the main-ish topic of today
Ish.
is our biggest fears. There's been so much hand movement this
I
episode.
know.
It's
What's the deal?
maximum hand movement
maximum.
for today.
I know.
Also,
For today's times,
the
maximum.
topic, the main
The
topic.
topic is our biggest fears,
Yes.
which is weird. I don't know.
I think it'll be good to talk about because it'll be like,
Shed
hey,
some-
maybe it's not that bad.
It might shed some light.
Because the lighting's
'Cause we
different.
got a new lighting system.
Oh my
We'll build a
gosh.
new lighting system.
Very much DIY situation. but
DIY.
I like it. I feel like it's kind of like I wanted to go for like that.
That's the second time I'm saying this.
Like
episode.
that, what's that? Like a mobster meetup
Super
sort of
mobster.
moody kind of look. That was what the
You
goal
did a
was. with this.
spectacular job. I love it. What you done with the place?
Jim, I know this was your episode to start, but I just got to ask.
You are the one who suggested it, so you can ask anything.
I just got to ask because
Oh boy.
because the people don't know that you had like your first official gym experience.
Because I am Jim.
Because you are Jim, you silly goose.
Exactly.
And
but I had a
mostly-
GYM Jim
Yes,
moment.
because you went with me and 2 of our other friends,
3 of our other friends.
3 of our other 2 of our 3, and and you
I did some
lifted
work.
weights. That was the first, right? Put in that work.
You
That was awesome.
covered in a
He did a
jersey.
good job. I can say I was impressed. But how did it feel? Like how did
It
it
felt
genuinely
good.
make you feel? Like especially like talking about it on the podcast. Like I feel like they kind of wanted like an update on like how things are going.
It's going good. I didn't get to go today because I had
Much busy day.
a much busy day. I had to do some errands, or one errand that took a little while.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to go tomorrow to make up for it, and then Thursday, and it's feeling good. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling pumped
That's amazing.
to go. So it's fun. It's like I think I said it in the other episode. It was like there was always something holding me back from trying the other stuff because I didn't really know it. And to be honest, I went to the gym Monday with just myself and almost died.
Yeah, you
Just I was like, what do I do? Because it was very crowded, and
Yeah.
I had an idea of what I was going to do, and then it was just mobbed, and the anxiety right in, and I was
smacked
smacked right into the face. But I stayed for like 45 minutes, did what I could, ran on the treadmill for like 15 of those 45, wandered for 5, and I did some work.
That's
Did some
amazing.
work. Did what I could.
That's a
did what I thought I
testimony
could
to
do.
all you people that like want to get there, but kind of feel like are in a position where which you can say like you kind of wondered if what you were doing was correct or
Yeah, definitely.
good enough.
Definitely.
And the thing is, that's what stops most people is wondering if what they're doing is good enough or enough or the right thing or the right form or anything. Just get yourself
Scary.
there. Get yourself there.
Yeah.
You did. That's the biggest hurdle to pass. And then everything else after that it's all going to come from just a little bit of research and then practice.
Yeah, definitely.
You had
Yeah,
a
it felt-
huge
felt really
step.
good.
That's
Felt
awesome.
really good, yeah. Also, I'm repping a new jersey
Repping the fills
from the Phils.
Because-
the Schwabs.
because spring training started.
Because spring training started, and they are 3-1 in spring training. Spring training doesn't mean a ton, but it's just
Yeah.
fun to see them back.
Did any of the starters do anything?
Yeah,
Really?
Turner's been really good.
That's awesome.
Bohm hit a monster home run the other day. He packed on like 5 to 10 pounds of muscle.
Really?
He
Bohm
looks it
did?
too. He looks it
Wow.
too.
He was already a little. He wasn't like exactly skinny. He was pretty. big.
No, he was big, but he looks
Yeah.
it. And Castellanos hit an opposite field homer. He looked real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
That's
so
amazing.
It's exciting.
Again, very excited for the regular season to start.
Yes, we have tickets.
Oh yeah, tickets for opening day.
Not opening day.
Okay.
Opening night.
Sort of ish.
Yes.
Opening.
I'm going to opening
One of
day
the openings.
and opening night. But yeah.
A lot to look
Excited.
forward to.
Max excitement up to the roof.
So yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah,
Fears?
we kind of covered the whole gym
Should we
thing.
do fears and pet peeves?
Sure, that works.
Fears and pet
But I
peeves.
want to start with fears
Start
because
with fears. I feel like you
let's
have
kinda-
something to like talk about.
well,
Again, adjusting. We had to pause for a second because our
there's like very, very abundantly prevalent fears, and then there's like, oh, that would be obviously scary to anyone.
catching on fire.
Yeah, like no, that doesn't bother me.
Well, no, I'm pretty all right with that actually.
Oh well, how much fire? I'll let you go first since this is your
What my biggest fear is?
or just like, I mean,
A fear?
yeah,
A fear, B fear,
like
C fear?
I know one for you. Like if you can't think of it, like one comes to mind pretty immediately.
Bugs?
Bugs. That is not what I was gonna say.
Bees?
For you, I was
Bugs.
not gonna say that.
Bees? What?
I was gonna say claustrophobia.
Oh. That's not a fear. That's a death. that's death to me. Yeah, I'll go with claustrophobia.
Expand on it, Jim.
That's what I need to do.
That's it.
That's pretty much it. I need to
I'm
expand.
scared when I'm in close places.
Yeah, honestly, that's honestly what it is. When you know what it is? It's a level of I need to be somewhere and I need to be able to move. So
Space.
if you impede that,
Like not a crowded gym.
yeah, exactly, exactly. That's half of it. My anxiety was through the roof because like I hate. Yeah, we were in. What was the town?
Downtown
Ledditz.
Philly. Oh,
Ledditz.
Ledditz.
And we were in
Ledditz,
Ledditz, and
Pennsylvania?
there was a
Lancaster.
place. Yeah, it was a Wilbur's Chocolate Factory
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. It was so crowded, and I'm not getting anything, so I'm just trying to maneuver around. Oh, sorry, you go. I literally almost
Hands
died.
straight up in
Yes,
the air,
I
just kind of like
At
shift.
just one point, I was just like,
shift,
just kill me
shift.
if you have to. Just kill me. So I had
do
to
it.
get out.
Get them out.
And then we were in an elevator.
Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. That happened.
I got
that happened
seriously
recently.
lightheaded, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. It's just stuff like that. Like if you're packing me into a spot with a lot of people, and I can't get out, I start to panic.
I
Long
think-
car rides, I start to panic a little bit. If we're stuck in traffic, if we're moving, I'm pretty much okay.
Yeah.
But if it's like stuck in traffic and just I start to get
Or like a small car where there's like not like a ton of space
Yeah.
in the back seat.
yep.
I feel like that's a really valid. Like I feel like that's like mine. I'll get to in a second, but like both of them are kind of like very
Yeah.
much prevalent. Very like oh yeah, like
Yeah.
a lot of people. But like it's obviously just some people struggle with it more.
Yeah.
But like, cause like I can say, yeah, like there's times when if it's like so crowded, I don't feel like a closing in feeling. It's more of like a, oh my gosh, everybody move.
Yeah,
It's
that's
sort of like
kind
an
of it for me,
annoyed.
yeah.
It's not like a, oh, I feel like I can't breathe. It's not like
Oh,
that.
yeah, I
it's
get
more
it.
just like,
Yeah.
you want your space. But I don't know that it's not really the same thing, but like that's how I,
Right.
view like when it's just crowded.
Like if this was just walls and I couldn't see the door, I would start to have a bit of
Yeah.
a meltdown because like well, how do I get out?
Oh,
here?
you know what else is? We did that escape room. That was
Yeah.
That was a little bit because like there was like that small like crawl
yeah,
space
if
where
you
you
do,
had to
and it's
crawl
like
in.
crowded, like a lot. You have a lot
We
of
had
people.
like 4 of us in there at
yeah,
one point. I think.
Yeah, that gets it. It's just, it's like
that was a lot.
it's like okay, when do they just crush me to death? When is the walls
It's gonna
move in?
happen.
It's gonna happen.
When do they all come out with the
It's a matter-
tails and just suffocate me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I was gonna for me. I'm obviously have to go with. What would you guess? I'll let
What
you
I
guess.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh, the heights.
Yeah, fear of heights. Okay, so like first thing that comes to mind that like is like
The
I'll think
mall.
Of, yeah, it's the mall, and it's the worst because like
looking over things, looking over ledges.
yes, that is the absolute worst.
Will
Like-
turns into like a mom.
Like at the mall, there's like these glass, like the glass railings.
Yeah.
And like you guys will like stand or like go, just like chill against the glass. And like, I think what's funny is like, it's not actually being up high because like, for example, like going snowboarding, like you're riding the lift every
Right.
time and you're up at least 20 feet,
Right.
at least. And then depending on where you're at or what lift you're on,
Yeah.
sometimes you're up more than that.
Right.
So like, I think it's is it more of a fear of like falling,
I think so.
which is kind of
'Cause,
like,
I have the similar thing.
you
with-
are only scared of it because of how high it is, if that makes sense.
yeah, it's kind of like a weird thing because you're not technically scared of heights, but you're just kind of scared of.
A fear of falling,
yeah.
like the worst, a fear of like the worst that could happen at a great height.
Right. You're right.
But I guess maybe that is
Maybe
having
that is
a fear of
heights.
height.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, like we went. I'm trying to think of like a exact story. Well, we went to one vacation. I went with Paula's family, and we went on this lighthouse. It was when we went to Chincoteague,
Oh, okay.
and we went up in this lighthouse, and it's like just like round and round and round the steps, and then you get all the way up to the top. I kid you not. It's like you get up to the top, and like it's exactly what you would imagine it would be like
Yeah,
if you went
yeah,
to a
yeah.
lighthouse. And like it's just like this railing that's maybe a 2-person width
Yeah.
walkway all the way around at the top of it.
Yep.
That was absolutely horrible.
Nightmare fuel?
That was like the worst. Like
Right.
even honestly, walking up the steps, like they had these little
Yeah.
windows off to the side. Even just walking up the steps, like that was like making my knees shake. And like I tried to like be like, all right, like this is stupid. Like
Yeah.
why? Like you're not gonna fall. Why are you even scared? And then
But
it's just like you get out, and then I'm like glued to the wall,
Yeah.
glued to the back wall, and like can't even like function.
Yeah.
So I just like went back in and then made my way back down. But I'm gonna keep going because I have another story.
Okay.
And another
Go for
story is when we were also on another vacation. There was a
lot of vacation.
I know we're going vacation every week. There was a huge cell tower that you could like walk up in.
Yeah.
Have you ever done one of them?
Yeah.
Well, it was like all like metal and all wide open. Like obviously it had like a railing, but it was all like really thin metal and all wide open, so you could see through like everywhere.
Yeah.
I got like 10 feet up and was just like, there's absolutely no way.
Done. Yeah.
And like I don't know, like again, like you know you're not gonna fall,
But you
but it's
might.
still like you
It's a
just
very low percentage that you'll fall.
you
but
just
it's still
think,
not zero.
I guess like why like I explained to you how I view claustrophobia. Like how do you view heights?
I don't really
Like
know.
what runs through your mind? Say if you're going up in a huge cell tower like that for like a lookout.
So for me, if there's a railing there, I'm pretty much okay. But if it's like a ledge with no railing, then I get your exact feeling of just like, what if you slip? What if you're not paying attention? What if the wind blows extra hard at that second and you fall? Like railing, I don't get that feeling, but I get it. Like I understand it, but
Isn't there a term? What is that term for when you have that feeling of falling?
vertigo.
Vertigo. That's
what you
that's
get?
exactly
Yeah.
what it
You
is.
feel like you're-
because like if say we went up, I said 10 feet. It had to have been more than that.
Yeah.
But I went up and around a couple times, and then it was just like this overwhelming feeling of like you sort of feel like you're like falling
Yeah.
forward, and then
Yeah.
like it's like that's pretty much the feeling. But then like when it's just like a lookout or say at the mall and it's just a glass railing that one of you guys is leaning against, all I can think about is that glass breaking and you guys falling.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just sends like a strain on my neck.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
that's what it is like with me with like claustrophobia. It's all different kinds of things, like stores, like thrift stores with
Oh, tell about
a
that thrift
bunch of
store that we went to
aisles.
down the shore.
oh,
Do you remember that? You went in for like 0.5 seconds.
it was literally wall to like literally there was a wall here and a wall here, very close together. But not only that, but there was stuff hanging off the walls
And the ceiling.
Yeah, so it was almost like walking through the jungle. I literally took a step towards it, looked in, and was like, no way. No way that's
Not
happening.
today.
I'm not dying today. Like, it's just like,
It was approximately like the width of a person. The
yeah,
aisle
if
to
someone
walk
walked
down.
behind me, I wouldn't be able to get out. And
that
that's
was
all I
pretty
could think
bad.
about. Someone's like trying to get by, and I'm like,
I think I developed a fear of claustrophobia by going in there.
yeah, I know, right? Oh man, it's a lot. Like stores in the mall that are like super compact and like
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah.
Can't do them.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that's like a very, like I said, heights and like claustrophobia
Yeah.
like are very much probably like two of the most common fears, I would say.
Well, yeah, 2 of them. So I gotta go with number
Yeah,
2.
what do you got? What do you got?
It's either
I got mine locked and loaded.
but I don't like ladders.
Ladders.
So
See, is that a fear of heights?
I'm not scared of heights. I can be up a high level. I don't like climbing on a unsecure ladder. Like I used to work on roofs.
Is that just like a normal thing to be
I
like
don't
cautious
know.
about?
I don't know. Well, I'm not even like I'll
Or do you like
shake all
have
the
dreams
way
of
up.
like ladders
I have-
sneaking in your room and like savagely attacking
Yeah,
you?
exactly. That's more. I don't
Fear
know
of
what it is.
ladders.
It's like a step ladder. I'm fine. A pretty tall step ladder. I'm fine. But like honestly, it's things with no railings. Kind of. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if I'm climbing up a ladder, or sometimes it's not OSHA approved, but don't tell anybody. But I'll get
I
on
don't
a
think
skid
OSHA
and they'll
listens.
lift up their OSHA. If you're listening, we don't actually do this. Get on a skid and lift it up to the ceiling to fix something on the ceiling. Our ceiling's pretty high.
Yeah.
And the one time I was taking a reel off, like with a hose reel, and it was really heavy.
Yeah.
And it fell, and I like leaned forward and almost fell off. I'm probably giving you like ultra anxiety, and so like I couldn't
Yeah.
function after that. So it was like climbing up ladders, like extension ladders.
Oh, dude.
Hate it.
My
Can't do it.
yeah.
My legs give out on me.
My dad
almost.
would be like fixing something electrical on the side of the
Yeah,
house.
my dad would-
and he would set up like a however many foot long extension ladder, and like the ladder's literally like curved like this.
yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
My dad would set up an extension ladder.
That
and
is a
then-
fear of falling.
And then another extension ladder on top of that extension ladder.
Well, just in case the first one breaks.
Yeah. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
don't do. And like, he's totally confident out there, comfortable, all that. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I just can't do it. Can't do it.
Well, I think
Can't work
like
off 'em.
I was saying, like is like a fear of ladders. Is that just like even like a fear, quote unquote?
Yeah.
But there are people that aren't bothered by it.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
guess
I
it's
just,
categorized
I
as
just
a
like
fear.
as I can go up a certain
Anything you're
amount
afraid
of
of.
height, and my legs just start to give out
Yeah.
on me and become jelly. Like I can't move.
1000% agree with that
Yeah.
one. My next one is see, I don't want to say water because it's not water. It is.
Turns on the tap.
You should see me washing my hands after using the bathroom.
He's getting a shower. He's like, just close your eyes. It's not real. Water doesn't exist.
It's like lake water. If that makes sense. Like where you can't see, but like at the same time.
Ocean?
No,
Like the
but like okay. Anything past like chest height. But like
Pretty much the
here's the best
ocean.
way I can
You're
explain
okay
it.
with the shore.
Here's the best way I can explain it. Is like I'll go out in the ocean up to my chest. Not super willingly, but like if that's what everyone's doing, that's what we're doing.
Right.
But like I'm very cautious. But say we're all like staying at like a lake house, 0 chance I am diving in that water.
Really?
If I absolutely have to, I will. But it's like looking over the side or like. Do you ever see those videos of like people when they're like paddle boarding and there's like a freaking shark that they
That's
see
in the ocean, though.
Okay, but like even in like a lake, even in a
Imagine
lake,
a
like
large
you
pike.
you don't know what's in that lake. You have not seen the bottom of that lake. And like I just sent a video from like an Instagram reel was it to you? It might have been to you or to Paula. Either way, it was like I don't know, they could have been in like a different country or something.
Right.
Which I don't think they were. But it was in a lake. And I kid you not, this fish was like literally the size of like Shaquille O'Neal as a fish. And they're hauling it in. I don't know if it was some sort of catfish
Probably
or something, but and I'm just like, I don't care if they like, oh, well, it's not gonna do anything to you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I hear ya.
Like, so like, I don't know exactly how to categorize what that is, but like
I think it's like
dark,
Islamophobia or something.
dark. No, I'm not scared of Israel.
Islamophobia.
Like dark, still
Yeah.
water. Absolutely not. That is horrifying.
I don't like documentaries where they go like to the depth of the ocean. That makes me feel ill. Lakes don't bother me that much.
Like, aren't you? Like, I don't mean to
No.
give anyone like a new fear, but like, well, what are you afraid of? What don't we know?
What's in the black water?
But like, say you guys all went to Mount Gretna, which is like a lake, but it's like sort of like a rigged up water park, right? Sort of.
It's a lake
And
where
like you
people
do like
built some.
exactly. That's
some
what I
stuff.
mean.
Yeah.
Like, so you're just like chilling in the water. What's like, you don't have like a fear that like this enormous fish monster is gonna come up and just rip your leg off?
Yeah,
Like-
but you just swim faster.
No,
No,
dude,
no,
the
not
worst
really.
is like okay, when I was younger, we would go to this mountain house in the Poconos.
Right.
And
someone got their leg ripped off.
yeah,
by a
I had
monster.
both my legs chopped off. It was horrible. But we would go out on the boat and like jump off the boat and like thinking back to it now, like I can't believe I did that. Like any type of water sport, no, I am out. Like
Really?
on a lake, I'm out. But like in the
That's
ocean,
true for me, but just not for that reason.
but like in the ocean, like I'll go out in the ocean, which is weird,
To
but
a
like I'm
certain
kind of
depth.
like
but
convinced.
your feet are on the ground.
Exactly, and I think that's the difference.
I get it.
But like that's also weird because like
I think what you have to understand is most lakes around
that is
us
exactly what it is. Feet
aren't
being on the ground.
Yeah, aren't that deep. So your feet are probably
does not
very
matter.
close to the bottom.
What if there
as
was
is.
something under the sand? I don't care.
Well, what if there's something under the ground?
Well, like when we were on that trip, me and
I lost a finger to one of
me
them
and
big fish.
my brother were out in a canoe and we were like all the way out in the middle of the lake, but like
Right.
this lake was really shallow. Like you could walk out, I want to say like 40 yards
Right.
and it would still be up to your waist.
Okay.
But we were out decently farther than that and it was like up to our chest and our boat literally sunk. And it was a canoe, so we had to lift it up out of the water and we held it over our heads.
Right.
Thinking of that now can send like a chill down my spine. We're walking back.
Did
in
you
this-
watch Pirates of the Caribbean at a young age?
No, I actually watched them like 2 years ago.
The
But
Kraken is
I
a
don't
big
know.
fear.
It's like,
I get it. I
dude, in like deep sea when
Yeah.
people go just,
yeah.
oh,
think
like I
that's-
caught a fish. Like, do you ever see those videos? And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I know there's people that probably watch this that have done this, but
Yeah.
like when they'll catch a big fish
Yeah.
and they'll jump in with it and take a picture, like. All I can think about is like you jump and boom, you're done. Like there's an enormous whale just waiting, and then you're done. And
Oh, hey, look, they jumped back in. Told you they
what an
would,
idiot.
Phil.
You jumped-
Yeah, I get that. I don't get it. Like I don't have that fear, but like I understand it. The only
Yeah.
part of the water that I really have a big fear of is like deep out in the ocean.
Like if you were out
Like it
deep,
boggles my mind and like the hair on the back of my neck stands on its end when I think about like how
what about it?
deep the what's at the bottom of the
Oh.
ocean. Like anglerfish look
That's, like, the worst.
demons. Like what else is under there? That's worse than an anglerfish. I just can't imagine. It's
probably an
gross.
entire army of murderous demon
Probably.
fish. So like, what? So that's what it is. It's not like the idea of like being surrounded by water. I would say the absolute
really.
worst possible thing that could ever happen to me would be stranded at sea.
Probably.
That would, is that like, well, yes, like no duh.
I'm pretty sure everyone. They're like, well,
Well, what time of the day is it?
my house being on fire might be worse than this, but I don't know. It's close. Floating here really isn't that
Like-
nice. I would say it's one of the worst.
Dude.
Being stranded anywhere sounds awful.
Even just like like just putting your feet in the water, say you're in a canoe. This might be actually worse than being fully submerged in the water, but like being out in a canoe on a lake or like whatever kind of body of water that's bigger than a pond in your backyard. Like
A rain puddle.
your leg hanging over the side, like just, or like
Yeah.
surfing. No, that's not going to happen. Definitely not. Unless I can surf and never fall, and also not have to paddle out, then I'll do it.
That's very specific.
That I would say is like the worst.
I
Like,
think a
the
lot of
idea
people have
of,
that.
like,
I've heard that a lot. Like, no, just the idea of something being below you.
I think that's probably worse than my fear of heights. I would rather go up in a cell tower all the way to the top with no
And lean
railing, than that actually is
Then swim
making
in a
my
lake.
neck sore. Then swim in
Any body
either
of
like
water.
deep, any kind of deep, like get in a lake where my feet can't touch the ground.
You're in the
That's
pool.
the worst. I want to fight someone right now. That's how mad I am.
Why are you mad?
So yeah, you can bank off that. This better be a good one.
Well, I think my
better make you look as dumb as it made me.
my fear of bugs is kind of illogical.
Your fear
My
of bees. Can we just talk about the bees first?
The bee,
Because I didn't know about know about the bugs. If I'm being honest.
Bugs. It's so today.
Get ready.
For
Here we
example,
go. We're diving in.
it's the stupid lanternflies. Right? I'm working. I'm checking something on my phone, and I just look out of the corner of my eye, see something moving, and it's just a little lanternfly crawling up my. And I was like, oh frick, brush it off, you know. So like, after that, for the next hour,
Yeah. You just feel them all over your
Everywhere.
entire body.
everywhere. So I don't know, like when we would learn about bugs, I wouldn't be able to be on the same page as the picture of the bugs because it's so close up and it's gross.
And you instantly
just like-
feel that tingle.
I just feel that like, oh my gosh, that is on me somewhere.
So like you see,
Somebody told me that you swallow spiders when you sleep, or you swallow a certain amount of spiders when you sleep, and I didn't sleep for the next 2 days. Cause like, what?
first of all,
They were
why?
lying. Yeah,
Second
exactly.
of all, why?
Third of all, who? Like when? When did this study occur? They're just, oh, that's one.
Oh
Two?
yeah, spiders. Yeah,
Yeah, they crawl in your mouth all the time.
I watch you sleep every night.
Bees, I've been stung by several bees, and like hornets and all stinging or biting bugs, flying bugs. You can go.
I
you
can
go
vouch
shove
for
them
this.
back into the depths of hell, which from whence they came, because they, like, I legit, I've been stung behind the ear, I've been stung on the hand, I've been stung just on the shoulder a few times, and it's still like people are like, oh, you just get stung by them, you're fine. Still, like, just boggles my mind that there's a demon with a sword on its butt flying around that could stab you anywhere.
Here's the question.
Ugh.
Here's the question. Because one, I've been stung 4 times that I can remember.
Right.
And every time I was like, ow, like, it's like almost like you burn yourself, like, ow, that hurts.
Yeah.
And then like, whatever. I guess I don't associate it with like, cause like if you don't bother the bee, it's not going to sting you in my.
That's what people tell me. And
Right.
You're lying.
Right.
You're lying.
And I
That's
found
not
it to be
true.
true
It'll still
because
sting me.
3 of the times I stepped on the bee. So
Right.
like valid. You sting. I just stepped on you and almost killed you. You sting me and I have a tingle for a little while.
Right. Oh, it's not
Like-
the pain
like-
that I'm worried about.
Like if a bee could literally land on my hand and it would not bother me at all. So like, what is it? And I'm not saying
I
this to
think
be
it's
like,
the sound.
you know what I mean?
Degrading?
Like, I'm not saying this to be
Most
like,
people are.
It doesn't bother me.
Right.
But like, explain why that bothers
I don't know. I don't know.
you.
As the
Like
second
what
I hear
causes you
that,
to be afraid of it? That it's going to sting you?
yeah, but like I don't like this thing doesn't hurt. It's just the
kinda where
idea
That's
of
kind
it.
of what I'm.
It's just
getting
the
at, I
idea
guess.
of it. That buzz just instantly like that's not normal.
Yeah.
Get away. Like even a fly will
Yeah.
go past and I'll be like, oh my God. And it's like, oh, that's a fly.
Yeah.
I'll be okay with it. But still, like
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So-
I don't know why.
so,
It
okay.
just is terrifying.
So
to
bugs.
The idea. Yeah, and then like bugs just like creepy crawl. Like I don't know if it's more of like a fear. It's more of just like a.
Oh, it is.
I don't.
It is
like I
because
just like if I saw a spider, I can kill that spider. If I see, you know what I mean. Like I think more so what it is in like large numbers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I see 2 spiders. Like, okay, why are there 2 spiders? You know what I mean?
if you see like 5,000, why are there 5,000
you
spiders
you see
on my
those
face?
videos where like the spider hives or whatever, and they're all crawling out everywhere,
Yeah.
or the ant hills. Mm-hmm. That is, I would rather see an armed man come at me with a gun than have that be any like that. Just and then to think that they're probably crawling.
What if he
all
had no arms and a gun in his mouth?
then I would probably just be okay. But you know what I mean? Like it's just that feeling of like, that's how I'm gonna
I think
die.
that's valid. Like if I saw, say, that
bees
many,
on their own, I'm scared. I'm terrified of. A large, like just
like some sort of roach.
yeah, but like I just like a bunch of them crawling on me.
Yeah,
That's
but I think that's like
that's my.
That's totally valid.
Because as soon as I see one, that's what I think.
Because like one by itself, like there are certain people that would
like,
be
I'll
like, oh my
smush
gosh,
an ant.
I'm away. I'm
Right.
getting up on the couch. I'm not touch.
Oh, yeah.
But like honestly, like I'll kill a bug and then pick it up with like no problem.
Same.
Like,
I could pick it up just
yeah.
on its own without
But like
anything.
yeah, what you said, yeah.
But if I see multiple,
That's like
then I start
worst
to go,
case scenario.
okay, the ceiling's about to fall in, and there's going to be millions and millions.
And then
of
it's a tight
spider
space,
eggs.
so then it's claustrophobia all mixed with.
Yep. And then I have to climb the ladder to get out, but I can't climb the ladder because I'm scared of the ladder.
There's no railings.
Exactly. That's it. That's
And then this
the
is all
full-
happening out in the middle of the ocean on just a small board.
Exactly.
That's the worst.
It
I
is
hate
the
when that
worst.
happens. Happened like 3 times last year.
Yeah, that's about the size of it. That pretty much rounds out my big fears. I mean, obviously the fear of the end of the world, but
Yeah.
it's less of a fear, but that's more of like a hope it doesn't happen.
That is valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, it
that's
was
a
my
very-
biggest fear.
Yes, to think about like, whoa.
Oh, this is all going to come to an end.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Kids just are supposed to be
And
act
then-
normal about that. Oh, cool.
Hey, what's going to happen in the last days?
You know, fire, brimstone, the whole lot.
You know,
Oh, okay.
the works.
Nice. One time, I think I told you this, but one of my brothers, he knew I was like having like, recently I was like scared of the end of the world. And we were going down to the Thanksgiving Day parade, a happy day. And there was one black cloud in the sky for some reason. And he goes, Jim, you know that black cloud means that it's the end of the world? I was like 6 or 7. I had a full meltdown the rest of the day.
Well, like how many times was there like a horrible storm?
And
Well, this is it.
Well, all right. We're not going to be in Kansas anymore. Not that we were originally, but
Yeah, that was like, I remember like it would be like a horrible storm. We have a huge tree out back and it was like, yeah, this is pretty much it.
well, I better be okay with my choices because this is it. This is the end.
But it is coming.
Yeah, definitely. Be ready.
Sounded
like Pepper. He's coming around
where
the
he came
mountains.
from, bub.
Best be prepared.
Yeah, I would say the two biggest ones that like actively I will think about are those two, heights and then like
You got to give a third
still
one because I
deep
gave
water.
a third one.
True. I'm trying to think of like what that could be. I'm trying to think of like, say, was it like a childhood one? Is it like a current one? Because currently, I don't really.
I'm not
know.
scared of nothing. Except
Well, I
for
mean,
the
like,
Birds
there's,
losing
like-
in the Super
there's,
Bowl.
like-
Which they did. It's all right.
There's like obvious ones, like, say, like walking in the woods when it's dark out. But like that doesn't really.
That just
scare me.
makes good sense.
I know.
To
See,
be,
that's
like,
what I mean.
On
is
a
like,
certain. You
what's
know
like a phobia? Oh, you know what's so weird? Do you ever hear of the phobia where it's like? Now you're probably gonna laugh, but like when there's a lot of holes.
Yes, I was.
What is it called?
Said that.
Whatever that is called,
Yeah.
it is so true. They were showing
Swiss
like
cheese.
like they were showing. I have chills right now. Like they were showing like beehives like up close
Why would you say
And then-
beehive?
because it has a ton of holes, like the honeycomb.
And bees.
Double whammy. No, have you've heard
I've
of that?
heard of it. Yes.
I
You
don't.
suffer from it.
Hi, my name's William, and I have holophobia. There's probably people out there that have like a legitimate fear.
Oh,
of it.
definitely.
But like, it's
You're like,
not
what
like
cheese is on
I
the
don't
sandwich?
like.
Swiss. Are you nuts?
I don't like actively think about it, or it doesn't like scare me.
Porous
but, like,
things, like little
yes,
holes. Yeah.
and like
I get that.
and like I saw it, and it was like it's basically saying like, did you know this was a phobia? And I was like, well, now I do.
Well, now I do, and I'm phobiaed of
But
it.
like they're showing like pictures of like say honeycomb, like a
Right.
beehive where it's like all the holes in it. I was like, that's legitimate.
Like just
I
weirded out
literally
by it.
could get chills thinking about it.
Yeah.
And like, but like, does it bother me? No, it's kind of like
It's not in your daily life.
It's
kind
kinda
of like
exactly.
quicksand.
that's not real.
Thought it was going to be like a bigger presence in my life.
Oh, I'm not
watching cartoons.
Oh, I'm not scared of quicksand.
The second you walk out of your house, there's going to be a quicksand pile. I'm going to get stuck in.
Oh,
Yeah.
or like there's say what's valid in our neighborhood is there's potholes that
yeah.
are like for some reason on the street just like endless, and it's like what's underneath that?
Where does that go? I think you're just as scared of like the unknown depths.
That's fair.
I think that's what it is.
Scared of
'Cause
the unknown.
Space is also something that I know you don't love, or at least Paula doesn't love it. The idea of endless
Space doesn't
Um,
honestly
if-
does not, because I guess I've never really thought about it.
If you talk about space and talk about the endlessness of it, I start to get.
It's like a
I start to
reverse
feel like I'm about to-
claustrophobia.
Yes. Honestly,
Is that a real thing?
I-
So does that mean if I go underground, then I'll be scared of the opposite of heights?
the upside of the up world? You're like a mole person. Yeah, I would say
That
that
is
the
funny. That's-
expanse of space scares the heebie-jeebies out of me.
So like being like lost in the desert.
No,
No, I'll
That's not-
definitely survive.
I would be okay. I would just get eaten. No, I would be fine. I just mean up in space.
So I guess I never really thought about it because
Like the
thinking of it,
endlessness
it
of
does
it.
not. That doesn't bother me at all.
Say you get
But-
on a ship and you just keep traveling and traveling and traveling and traveling and traveling,
And then you get
never
shot
to-
in the head.
and then you die.
That would stink.
Eventually you die. Then you gotta walk upstairs no more. That freaks me out a little bit. But
I'm sure it could, like, say you go into depth enough about anything, like that would freak you out.
depths.
Oh,
'Cause
because of
you're-
science and math.
Scared of depths.
Like,
Johnny Depths?
but like, yeah, like space. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that
Like I
that's
open
like
a box.
very. Oh my gosh!
there's so much space.
There's nothing in there.
Ah.
Did I give a third one?
Yeah,
I did, sort of.
sort of. Holes. Like the movie
Very many,
holes?
like at least 10 all in one spot.
Like porous thing.
Yeah, that Disney movie holes over the wall. Done. I'm out.
Out. Can we move on to pet peeves?
Yeah, because I also
Pet peeves kind of go hand in hand with fears.
eventually wanted to. Yes. You'll hear
Oh.
about what I was going to say at the end of this podcast, so keep listening. Lead us off. Lead
With
us
pet
off with pet
peeves?
peeves. Is this the same as fears? It's not.
No. Pet peeves are things that make you angry.
I know what they are. I know there's.
I'm so mad about claustrophobia.
I hate it.
I would just say Rachel actually told me a story today that is kind of one of my pet peeves. Is people
Oh
who
boy, here come the opinions.
I feel like this is a universal opinion against
Deal.
rude people.
Deal.
If you're a customer in say a coffee shop,
Completely hypothetical.
completely hypothetical. Keep your opinions to yourself about who should be doing what, because you are a customer. Rachel said somebody came in today and was like, "You should smile," and she was like, "No, like just because you said it, now I'm not going." She's like, "I didn't even realize that I wasn't smiling, but like what?" Like I can understand if they're scaling and you have a complaint because they're being rude to you, But if they're just not like, "Hi, how are you?" and you like you feel that you need to comment on that, like just go get your hiking shoes on and go for a long hike.
I'm going to talk at you.
Yeah,
Okay.
talk at me.
Because I think it depends on how it is said. And I'm not trying to be Mr. What's the word?
If you say it in a joking way.
Yeah, like if you say it in a way of like, like obviously if you say, you should smile, and then like that's all you say, and like
that's not cool.
No,
though.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's obvious. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But like if they're like, I mean, I guess really there's no way that you could say
you
it.
should do that.
Unless you are like really close with that person and you understand
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
But if you're a customer and you come in and you want to make a comment, like why don't you try to make them smile? Why don't you say like a joke or something?
Or like make them
don't
feel
be a
yes,
creep. But
that's the alternative.
Be like, hi, how are you? Have a good day.
That is the alternative.
Be nice.
That is so much better.
Because as customers, I mean, I know what it's like to be around rude people that like ring me up or something or take my order.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who just think that like come in with an opinion.
Yeah.
And it's like leave your opinion out there because you do not work here.
Yeah. Or
I do not care.
I don't even think
just a stranger. A stranger giving you their opinion when it's unwarranted.
I was going to say I don't even think it has anything to do with working.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of just like
in general.
Like
leave that.
Sure, if you want someone to smile more, I agree with you. You should try to make them smile.
Yeah, don't you should
make someone smile.
Yeah,
tomorrow because it's going to be kind of too late.
But
tonight because you're watching this.
Yeah,
because of time.
Thursdayness. Don't be a creep,
Yes.
but like be like, hey, make a joke or
I love your shoes.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like don't.
I agree with that.
Just don't.
I agree
come
with that.
at me
Don't
with your opinion.
Yeah, just like randomly.
Just because you think it's like
right.
Like this is a podcast. If you tune in here, you're gonna get our opinion.
Yeah.
That's your fault. You tuned in here. But
yes.
If I'm just going out and there's like the TikTok video, right? I was voicing my opinion because I was asked and it was a show. Mm-hmm. I would never ever comment on somebody's thing and be like, this is stupid. Because you know what? I don't like that.
Pet peeve number 2.
That's kind of a
that's kind of
thing.
all comes
just
into
because
it.
you're behind social media does not mean that you should be able to say that.
I love the people on social media that will comment something negative.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why are you watching? Why are you watching if you don't like it? I agree. That is sort of along the same thing. Like everyone has an opinion.
Yes.
Just keep it to yourself. Unless you have something nice to say.
Unless you have a podcast and you can talk about it on there as a pet peeve.
Exactly. but unless it's something Thumper said it the best. Thumper's dad?
Mom.
Dad or mom. One of the parents. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And it's still prevalent today.
Yes.
And it should be more.
Like what was that guy on
practiced.
Paula's reel? That transition was mid.
Like and that was it.
Your face is just has no business being in that comment section. Like what did you hope to gain?
You have the choice to not watch or to not care.
Do you know how many times I've seen a stupid sports thing and typed out like a whole response to somebody in the comments and I was like, I don't. Why engage?
Yeah. Like you don't like it, move on. Move on to the next one.
Yeah, if a sports thing like, hey, what's your opinion on this? Is this person the GOAT? Give your opinion. They're asking for your opinion.
Yeah.
But when you see somebody's comment in the thing, like there are just people who are being trolls who are looking for you to comment back.
Yeah.
But then there are just people who just have they have dumb opinions, but just shut up.
Yeah.
Like
make the world a better place.
Yeah. Like
don't be a jerk to anyone.
Don't.
Pet peeve number 2.
Pet peeve number 2.
Because we covered that.
Yeah.
That is well-rounded.
Yes.
That's a well-rounded pet peeve. I'll just give one because we have stuff to cover at the end of this. And we're coming up on the time.
What time is it?
It's close to
an hour already?
Close to it.
Jeez.
When you are driving, here this could be 1,000, but I'm just gonna pick one. I am traveling at the rate of approximately 45 miles per hour. You pull out in front of me, roughly 15 yards in front of me. why do you then decide that it's going to be a good idea to take 35 minutes to get to my current speed? Like, if you are not going to pull out of that spot and instantly match my speed, wait 3, maybe 4 seconds, and then go after me. And then you can go as slow as you want. But when
if you're gonna pull it out in front of someone quickly, I will say I've been on both sides of this, only because I've only had my license for less than a year.
Yeah.
So like when I was learning, it was like scary to come out of that real fast. But I understand what you're saying.
But like,
wait
also,
for them
just
to pass.
wait for them to pass.
Yeah.
Especially if you can tell that they're going really fast.
Yeah.
That is like that and not using your blinker when you drive. That just doesn't make sense. It is so
it's just
easy.
good etiquette to use.
I usually just say a prayer that those cars get their blinker fixed, because obviously they don't work.
They don't work because
it's so easy. I mean, you could actually do it by accident, like bam, bam, blinker, blinker, bam.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say number one pet peeve while driving is that, like, if you pull out in front of me,
go fast.
just
go
the same speed if I am, or wait 2, 3, maybe max 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're free as a bird.
Yeah.
Right behind me. So yeah, we'll keep it. You want to just keep it to 2?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's enough negativeness.
To get move, that's good. To get move and move in opposite of, because you and we both.
And we talk
positive.
And then we do.
And
then we say.
We started our next short film contest.
We didn't start
not our
short.
contest.
It's not our contest.
We are entering another contest by Onset Pass and Jacob Owens.
Yep.
Thank you for hosting.
Jacob Owens. Check him out. He's awesome.
Crushing it.
Awesome.
He hosted the Halloween one, and that was when we did Wake Up Call, our first like well-rounded, complete short film.
Yeah. And
now we're starting our second one, but the big kicker is everything is POV.
POV. Point of view. My dad goes, "What is POV?" I'm like, point of view. He's like,
it's POV.
POV, Dad. All the time.
POV, Dad. So the plan.
Let's not tell him too much.
Well, no, we're not going to tell him the story, but I just wanted to tell him like how we're going to rig this up, because
we don't even know how we're going to rig this up.
Well, so
Will
far,
has ideas.
So far, the only thing that I can come up with is
a
goalie helmet, and I'm going to run some bolts, because like my FX3 has 3 or 4, maybe 4 quarter 20 mounts. So I want to run some like bigger bolts through either side of it, and then do like a zip tie situation to the cage of the helmet. So we got to try that out, but it's very, very exciting to be challenged like this.
Definitely, yeah.
Like, I feel like it's gonna majorly.
We're gonna learn last night about it, and it was like we came up with a story pretty quick.
Yeah. Because it's got to be under 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of did our classic thing where I thought while you gave me a bunch of
just kind of hit you left and right, and then you were like,
and then I came up with this, and then you went, "I know how I'm going to shoot it," and we were like, "Cool,
yeah."
That's how our relationship works. I go, "This is the story I want to tell." You go, "This is how I want to shoot it."
Yeah, and then it all kind of comes together in that way.
And then we meet with Ian and Jake.
Yeah,
tell them this is how we want to act.
Yeah,
and they go.
Which we are meeting with them tonight.
Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, when you will be watching this.
You'll be watching it. And it was a Tuesday that was before the Thursday that you're watching this.
Correct. So, yes, we will keep you updated on that, because, well, it's actually due. We have until April 30th to send it to them.
Complete it and send it.
For, like,
don't be silly. We're still going to send it.
We're still going to send it. Silly gooses.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we will keep you updated, because it's huge for us, because it's like we have a time frame, and I don't know, it kind of just holds us accountable.
Yeah.
So
and
we're gonna have
5
updates
minutes,
every
so we're
week,
given a strict timetable
to
get it done. To make content for it.
This is much better than the last one. The last one we had 30 days. Less.
Yeah, less than 30
Less
days.
than 30 days to have it complete, and now we have 2 months.
2 months.
A little more than 2 months.
We're going to use every second we have for it.
Mainly like the planning and like taking our time with the lighting setup and everything like that.
Really making sure we nail it.
Yeah, so that there's no reshoots.
Yeah.
And I learned personally so much about lighting from that, just because it was like, that was like something we never really did before. We had dove it. We had dived.
Dove in.
We just leave out the had.
Yeah.
We dove into lighting for the first time for that one, and like really gave it everything we had, and then it was like, oh wow, like we could have given so much more.
Yeah. What you don't realize about this podcast is you're also getting an English lesson.
Yes,
as you watch
every
the
single
podcast.
episode.
Every single one.
Mostly what not to say, which is beneficial.
Yeah, definitely.
You need to know what
in a
not to
professional
say. A professional way to not sound dumb.
Yes.
Essentially is what it is.
Yes, absolutely.
But
if you take nothing from this podcast, that is one thing you could take.
Yes, that, and also to follow us on Instagram, because at this
point, if you've been watching steadily and you haven't been
understand.
following us on Instagram,
everyone comment also for like if you have an amazing idea, like
for the pod.
not like average idea, like amazing idea for
We're
the podcast.
average. We'll take any comment.
Well,
at this
okay,
point.
well, we can take average,
We're
but
not beggars can't be choosers, and we're not begging, but we're asking
we're
politely.
also not
strongly
because we'll
implying.
choose.
Yeah.
And right, but yes, let us know if you have any ideas of what you would like to hear. We will put up a poll again. So
Also,
stay tuned.
we're going
for
to do some
that.
behind the scenes. We're going to talk about the film. We're going to keep you updated on the filmmaking. It probably won't be full episodes, but it'll be during an episode or before an episode. We'll give you an update on a short film or at the end of it.
I'm very excited to start it.
Next day, do you want to announce what Tuesday's show will be? Next Tuesday's show?
Next Tuesday's
show will be about.
Am I missing something?
No, I'm just trying to get us this. We're going to start doing this.
Oh, we don't know what next.
We
Tuesday's
don't,
show
but
will
we'll
be.
announce it on Instagram.
Yeah, and I mean, ideally, we would know kind of going in.
Yep.
And we would have stuff lined up, but like it kind of like we kind of like are taking it one episode at a time at this point, because in all reality, we have from Tuesday to Thursday, which is like not that long.
A day.
Yeah, essentially.
Well,
Not essentially,
literally a day.
But yeah. Yeah. And also, again, the goal is to get to the point where we're posting more on Instagram.
Yes.
Want to do that.
Yep.
Start posting clips.
Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Eventually. That is the goal. And here's the thing. If you know anything about business, it's very much the same as something you're doing like this that is just kind of on the side. It's little bit by little bit.
Yep.
You're not going to take the whole bite all at once. It's going to be little bit by little bit. And then eventually you get to the point where you're adjusting minor things. And yeah, like we'd have our third lighting setup.
Yep.
And our second background.
Yeah.
So
we're getting there. We're doing our best, and we hope that you're still continuing to watch and enjoying it and liking it.
All the
We
support.
appreciate everyone who tunes in all the time. We're so happy that you're tuning in.
Yes, and share it.
Share it. Yes.
One person, share with one person, just like that. Boom.
Boom.
Your friends know about
We're making it.
Yes.
We're making
and
it.
that would be, and the more that you support us, the more that we can give you.
Yes.
Because we want to do the like more like show style.
Yeah.
And start doing more like games and stuff. So yeah. Maybe that's the challenge.
Maybe
that's the challenge.
If you want us to
one
see
friend,
us play
send it to one
a
person.
full set of Risk.
Yes. For like 5+ hours.
5+ hours.
Because we'll do it.
We will.
We will do
if
it.
you want to see it, we'll do it.
But you know what else, Jim?
I do.
Yeah. Are you aware of what else there is? Because
kinda
there was
am.
that one thing
There
that.
is that
Thank you for
one-
watching the EVERYMAN guys. We'll catch you in the next episode.
We'll get it on the next one.
Mediocre.